Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to Doctor Who Time and Space.
The second one,
Yeah.
broadcasting live.
I'm Mrlewismoon.
And I'm Daddy Cool. With
So-
a capital C.
Yeah. Okay, so in today's episode, we've got loads of things coming out. I've got one of my episode reviews.
Okay, we're also going to have the news like we normally do.
Yeah. We're going to have the trial of the 8th Doctor. I think we're doing trial of the 8th Doctor today. Yeah, trial of the 8th Doctor.
Okay, we'll also be having a little bit of a think around what's been going on the Mrlewismoon webpage.
And also the third feature of Quiz or Question.
Ah, exciting stuff.
Yeah.
So it should be probably about 45 minutes to an hour, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our show today is called Into Darkness.
And why is that?
Because the new trailer is called Into Darkness.
Should we start with that then?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we're just going to look at the trailer today.
Okay. What jumped out to you about the trailer?
The new monsters, basically.
Because the first of the full-length trailers that we've had, isn't it? Having had a number of teaser trailers, which were extremely short. So, are you going to tell us anything about this, or are we actually going to hear a bit?
Should we hear the full trailer before I do the breakdown?
Yeah, okay, let's do that, yeah.
Life returns.
I don't think I know who the Doctor is anymore.
Life repairs.
I'm the Doctor. I've lived for over 2,000 years. I've made many mistakes. It's about time that I did something about that.
Where are we going?
Into darkness.
Here we go again.
Clara, tell me. Am I a good man?
I don't know.
Doctor Who, Saturday 23rd of August on BBC One.
So, not long till the 23rd of August, really.
No.
And a good little bit of a teaser trailer there. Some quite exciting things talked about throughout the duration of that clip. So what jumped out at you about it, do you think?
I've already told you.
The monsters.
Yeah.
But I mean, what did you actually make of it in general? What does it mean? Do we know too much about it?
No, we know that Daleks, of course. We don't know many of the monsters. You know there's dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah.
But what jumps out at you?
I guess something that had been hinted at on perhaps going back to the last Christmas episode when they showed, I think it was then when they showed the very small clip at the end. Was it from that? Certainly I've seen a very small clip anyway, where basically you start to get the impression that Clara doesn't really know who the new Doctor is because he's so different and probably scarier than the previous Doctor.
Oh no, that was one of the teasers, wasn't it?
Was it it might well have been one of the teasers, yeah.
You mean the one where, am I a good man?
There is that bit from that trailer there, isn't there, where he says that
No,
at
but
the
there's
end,
a
but that happened.
mini teaser when he says, Clara, be my pal. Tell me, am I a good man?
That's right. Yeah, that's probably what it was
Yeah.
from. But yeah, so you get the impression that she doesn't really know about it. So you sort of sense it's going to be. Whereas it between the previous Doctor and Clara, they were good friends and joked and laughed a little bit. I think she's going to be a little bit nervous of this one, and I think that comes out quite strongly in that trailer.
Now, first we see like a broken version of the Doctor's. It looks a bit like Which Doctor Sonic Screwdriver do you think that looks like?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm not a particularly good expert on different Sonic
I think
screwdrivers.
it might be the first Sonic Screwdriver.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
first one. It's definitely not the brand new one.
Right. So do you think he's just going to use like an old style Sonic screwdriver then, or do you think it was just?
No, because it's broken. I think there'll be a brand new Sonic Screwdriver introduced for him.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think the TARDIS will look completely different again?
No.
No.
Because in all the trailers we've seen, it looks the same.
Yeah, maybe so. Okay, and what else did we notice about this one?
Figures can be made out in the distance if you look carefully here.
Yeah.
At first glance, there's a tessellactor similarity, but it could match up with the Dalek eye seen seconds on.
So I guess what we're saying here is that so just remind me, the tessellactor was the large robot from the Matt Smith series that
Yeah,
the one that they're inside, which was going in and capturing all the war criminals and things.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's more likely it's a Dalek, personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see the tessellactors again.
I think that's because apparently which we'll find out in a minute, that apparently they've rumoured the second episode is called Into the Dalek, where they go inside the Dalek. So
okay. So
that might be what the eye of the Dalek really is like.
Yeah, it could be that, couldn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that could well be the case.
As with several TARDIS shots in this trailer, it's hard to tell if these are specially filmed trailer scenes or part of an episode. That is from all of the trailers, isn't it? That's from the the I See Into Your Soul Doctor trailer.
It
isn't
could
it?
be.
Yeah,
Could be.
the one that was released a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so maybe I guess you will always get that, won't you? You'll get some bits which they take from episodes and some bits which they create just for trailers.
Yeah.
As a sort of a teaser. Yeah. Excellent. So what then do we catch on the trailer? It then focuses in on Clara, doesn't it?
Yeah, this one definitely isn't actually from Series 8. Rather, Jenna Coleman's reaction to the news that almost half the episodes have been leaked.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
And what about what do we see after that bit then?
This is what we were talking about that eye that we saw a few minutes ago. A fading Dalek eye. We soon hear I can't say that word. Right.
Ominous.
Yeah, I can't say that word. Dalek sounds and the voice stating life returns.
So
this must be from episode 2, Into the Dalek, a story that is rumoured to do exactly what it says on the tin.
So we think we're going to go inside Dalek. Now I wonder by that whether it's indicating that you just go into the mind of the Dalek, or whether they get shrunk and go into the Dalek, a bit like the Tom Baker Invisible Enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah? Where they got shrunk and went inside the Doctor's body, didn't they?
We were looking at this the other day and chatting about this. Yeah.
So it could be a bit like that. It could also, there's a film called Fantastic Voyage, I think, from memory, which has people actually going inside somebody's body where they get shrunk. So yeah, it could be a bit like that. What do we get then?
The TARDIS this time is a bit similar, but remember in the normal episodes, in the last series, that the light on the console was blue?
Was that?
Now it's yellow.
So maybe it's just a faint change.
A great panning shot of the TARDIS console. As we can see, there have been some changes since we last saw it. The lighting is much warmer, as I just said, and the Doctor has put up some shelves. He
Okay.
must have been in a pinch.
So we then get the bit where Clara says, "I don't think I know who the Doctor is anymore."
Oh, Tumblr Christmas Day 2013.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do we see next after that bit?
You see Peter Capaldi. Oh, it is the same sonic screwdriver as Matt Smith did have. You just see a shadow of Peter Capaldi's bottom close, and not being rude, no.
So he has got clothes on. We're not going to see his bottom. That's right. Then.
Yeah. With the same sonic screwdriver as Matt Smith.
Right, okay. And then we get a Dalek voice saying, "Life prevails." So
as the 12th Doctor does his best Earth song reenactment.
So again, it's the bit that we've been looking at. It sort of says that we don't know whether this is a specially filmed scene or whether it's part of an episode. We then get the TARDIS flying through space, and then back to Capaldi, and he says, what does he say?
I'm the Doctor. I've
So-
lived for over 2,000 years. According to Capaldi, 2,055 to be precise.
It's a fair amount of time. Then see another one of these new characters. So it's a guy with a sort of half robot face.
Have you seen the hand? I just noticed that.
He's got like a sort of like a monstrous of hand, doesn't he?
Looks like a Zygon hand a bit.
So it says half-faced villain is guest star Peter Ferdinando. Okay, and
Jack the Ripper.
possibly Jack the Ripper episode, which I think is that the first one.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then there's the robot we saw back in filming earlier this year.
Okay.
And then the Freaky Eye agenda continues.
Okay. We then get this weird alien with long, stalky eyes, which I think is my favourite alien from it.
Yeah, me too.
We don't know too much about it, but with the website we were looking at, they were guessing that was from a episode called Time Heist.
Yeah.
Okay. And moving on down, we then get a bit of an explosion going on, possibly a school classroom explosion.
And we've been rumoured earlier in the year that Clara works with Daddy Pink, who we see next in the class in an explosion.
Yeah.
Who's basically the new Rory.
Okay.
It says here, and they were meant to be in the class working Coal Hill School. Remember in Day of the Doctor, they were
Yeah.
in Coal Hill School.
So do we think that the what's his name again? Danny Pink, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we think his character is there because Clara is a little bit more distant to the Doctor than she was to the Matt Smith Doctor, that he's going to be like her friend? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of nerdy boyfriend sort of thing.
Yeah.
Do you reckon? Yeah. As long as he doesn't get blown up in the classroom. So then after the classroom explosion, what do we see after that?
Sorry. Just not moving down the computer. Up here. Soldiers. And they aren't unit. And more explosions.
Yeah.
We're going to guess either episode 5 or 6. Then what do we see?
So then looks like we've got looks like possibly London at night.
Yeah.
And then we get well certainly later on we get a better view of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Then back inside the TARDIS again, and he says, what does he say?
I've made many mistakes. It's about time I did something about that.
So I wonder what these mistakes are. What do we think he's talking about there? Perhaps that's going to be something which will unravel as the series continues.
Where are we going?
Says Clara.
Into darkness.
Yeah.
Like this episode is called Into Darkness.
And is that where it comes from, is it?
Yes.
So then moving on to that, we then get to, I've got her name now, Madame Vastra. Yeah, so we've obviously got a Madame Vastra and Strax scene going on, haven't we?
Yeah, we have and Jenny.
Yeah.
Of course. We have the Paternoster gang in the first episode.
Right. Yeah.
Don't know if they're just going to be in the first episode. But...
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got Clara. Looks like she's sort of falling down this tunnel. And then the thing we were looking at earlier is it pointed out that actually what she's got on her wrist something which looks very much like that bracelet that she had in the Asylum of the Daleks.
Yeah, that Amy lost and almost became a Dalek puppet.
That's right.
Because of that.
We then get onto the dinosaurs. So, is this some sort of kickback to the old Invasion of the Dinosaurs episode?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's one that actually escaped from the spaceship.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
A Dalek saucer fires on an escaping ship from episode 2. Then we see.
They've got a robot, and it was thinking that possibly this might be one of the robots from the Robots of Sherwood episode.
Yeah.
But we don't know that for sure. Then we find the Doctor in pyjamas, so we've no idea what that means, but he's riding around on a horse.
We've seen this picture before, haven't we?
Yeah, we have seen it before, yeah.
In January, beginning of the year.
One of the first pictures that was leaked, I think, wasn't it?
It was the second picture we saw.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. Yeah.
And that is not a real horse.
Yeah.
And this picture.
Okay, so Clara's talking to someone. We don't know who it is.
But by the hood, it looks like Mary Gahel's costume.
Ah.
And she's looking like she knows whoever it is.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I think it's actually Mary Gahel.
Mm.
And she's come back. They go back to Akatan or something.
Could be. You never know. Okay. We think of sort of it looks like an area where the gravity's gone. The Doctor's flying around in all sorts of angles, and back to Daleks again. Then, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then we're sort of getting towards the end of the trailer now. We then get back to the Doctor again inside the TARDIS.
Yeah.
So, what's he on about this time? Is this some more dialogue?
Clara, tell me, am I a good man?
And then Clara says,
don't know.
Ooh. So then we get to that point that we were making earlier on, that perhaps there's going to be not a breakdown in relationship between the two, but perhaps a lack of trust in some respects.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our first bit. Yeah, that's our trailer rundown.
Yeah.
Woo!
Now, we've got some new news today. Cybermen invade London again.
Ah.
Today has seen the Cybermen making a very public appearance in London, mimicking one of the most memorable moments of Doctor Who history.
So going back to which episode is it?
The Invasion.
So the Invasion. There was a very famous bit of footage where it had a number of Cybermen walking down the steps near St Paul's Cathedral, and so it looks like they've replicated that. So we don't know whether that's a marketing, or whether it's just done for marketing purposes, or whether it's actually part of the filming for the episode with the Cybermen in.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about going to London, haven't we, me and you, and going going to that bit of St Paul's Cathedral. Well, I've been there before, but I don't think you have you?
No.
So, yeah, perhaps we'll wear some heavy metal clothes and walk down the steps together slowly.
Yeah.
Invade.
And played some weird metally music.
Yep, we could do that.
Weird and wonderful now.
Okay, so what's we have in weird and wonderful?
First we have The Man of 1,000 Faces by R.N. Lyon.
Mm.
And this is a cartoony picture of Peter Capaldi in the TARDIS, a shining light in the window, an asteroid, a little moon, some stars.
Good drawing.
Yeah.
Good painting, I should say.
Balcony as well in the TARDIS.
Yeah, very nice.
Raggedy Man by Tillich, and this looks exactly like the 11th Doctor with his costumes worn in Series 7 Part 2.
Yeah. How do people draw that good?
I don't
It's almost
know.
like a photograph.
I think they actually took a picture of it and then just took away some of the features, so it looks almost real.
Yeah. Okay, and do we have any more?
Captain Jack's original Hyper Vodka,
Ooh.
and there's Captain Jack, which looks a bit like him,
Yeah.
standing on the hand.
Ah, brilliant. And then, what, anything else on there? Or is that
Nah,
it?
that's just our pictures.
Okay. Any
You
more
can look
news
that up.
whilst we're on the news section? Do we have anything else? We know, in terms of the leak, I think people have been asked not to spread any of the rumours, and so far they've managed to keep it quite quiet. I
there were
believe.
episodes leaked on the other day as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, if we finish the news then, obviously I guess over the next 35 days, 3 hours, 14 minutes and 48 seconds, we'll get more news, and as we get that, we'll tell you about it. If you want the news in any more detail, we've been getting most of our news from doctorwhotv.co.uk.
And we've been doing we've been doing our own opinions as well on the breakdown,
Yeah, indeed.
as well as copying their thoughts. But
Yeah, but they always do a good job, so we ought to promote them at the same time. So
yeah,
that's-
we like to promote you, Doctor Who TV, if you're listening, any of you crew.
Yeah,
We
that's
love
right.
your website.
Yeah, we do. So what's next up on the show?
Next up we have Trial of the 12th Doctor.
Well, the 12th Doctor.
Yeah, but we're doing an 8th Doctor episode.
Ah, right, okay. Okay, so 8th Doctor. So as a starting point, are you going to tell everyone who the 8th Doctor is?
Paul McGann.
Paul McGann. So,
It's quite hard to do this because we've not got many episodes of Paul McGann,
no.
but we're going to talk about him anyway.
Yeah.
Next week, the War Doctor will be even harder.
Oh,
But he's been in 3 episodes, if you think about it.
yeah. Well, let's go for a start then. So first off, what was the first question we usually ask is what are the good things about him, don't we?
Yeah.
So, good things about him. Now, funnily enough, if you'd have asked me this question a year ago, I would have probably struggled a little bit, because I know we'd watched bits of the movie, but our initial thoughts on watching it was that it wasn't particularly great,
No.
the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul McGann was okay in it, wasn't he? I think he came
Yeah.
across quite well, but it didn't feel like a Doctor Who episode, did it?
Yeah, it didn't. It's a
Um,
bit too American.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it probably had that sort of American cop series sort of feel about it, didn't it? Whereas,
I do like
perhaps-
him more now.
perhaps, I mean, Doctor Who is very English in its style, isn't it? I know obviously it
Yeah.
appeals to the Americans as well, but it's very, very English in its style.
Americans, we still love some of your programs.
We do.
Every country's programs are amazing.
Yeah. Particularly like The Simpsons.
Yeah, The Simpsons is America's best program, probably.
Yeah.
So,
So if we're saying so what I was saying without meaning to take over,
Yeah.
because it's your podcast really.
no. You have your opinion.
So I was going to say that if I would initially have thought, well, there's not. I don't think he was that brilliant. Probably would have been my least favourite Doctor, but then we had that mini-sode before the 50th. Do you remember what that was called?
Night of the Doctor.
Night of the Doctor, yeah. And he was just brilliant in it, wasn't he? I know it was very short, but he was really, really brilliant. And you thought, we've really missed out here. We could have had a really great Doctor. And in all these barren years, where there was no Doctor Who, we could have had a really great one. A real sort of action hero, romantic sort.
Yeah.
And all of that greatness ended up being condensed into about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So So going back to the original question, so what do I think is really good about him? I think he's a brilliant hero. He's a
Yeah.
really great hero Doctor.
Very erotic.
Mm. So Have you got anything to add to that?
No, as you said, I do agree that he got better in The Night of the Doctor. There's a podcast I like to watch called Radio Free Skaro. There's a podcast, and on there they said that they think that Paul McGann might be Big Finish's most beloved Doctor.
Probably, yeah, that makes sense because I guess because people
most audios.
Yeah, and also because people want to know more about him, don't they? Because they feel that they've missed out on him. So, yeah, that's probably makes sense that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, another great thing about him, his costume in that final one as well.
Oh yeah.
That's good. So, what don't you like about him?
I think it's quite hard to say. I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Can you explain it?
I think it wasn't so much Paul McGann's Doctor, but more so the way that the movie was filmed. It added perhaps it took away a bit of the mystique of the Doctor because he was suddenly this more romantic character rather than this eccentric Time Lord.
I think, as some people think, he would have been better if they left him and bring him back around now. Bring him and introduced him as a Doctor.
Yeah.
Then I think he'd be a lot more popular and loads more people would like him.
Yeah. It made you wish, didn't it? I mean, there's nothing against Christopher Eccleston, but when watching that little mini-sode with Paul McGann in it, immediately thought, I wish he'd been the Doctor that had come back with the new series. He looks like
Christopher Eccleston did it really well.
Yeah. But you just felt like you'd missed out on him, didn't you? Of course, we've not been missing out on him because we've been using Paul McGann in a lot of your figure adventures.
Yeah.
What's the other questions we usually ask?
Best episode.
Best episode.
That's easy.
Got to be the mini-sode, isn't it?
Yeah, Night of the Doctor. Much better than the Doctor Who movie.
Yeah.
Even though some parts were good, some parts weren't.
Yeah. Best companion. He's only really had one,
Grace
hasn't he?
Holloway.
Yeah. Well, only one that we know of. I guess I think in the Big Finish audiobooks he's got more, hasn't he?
Yeah, and other audios.
Yeah.
But Big Finish have done loads of stories with him.
Yeah. So we can only
I think
go
Molly Sullivan was one of the companions in Dark Eyes.
Okay.
Is one of the Big Finish productions.
But we don't know a great deal about that, do we?
No, we don't really listen to them much.
Plus we will do at some point, because they sound really good, don't they? We've listened to a few of the trailers.
We've listened to loads of trailers.
Yeah, and they all sound pretty good. So, what else do we usually ask on this bit?
Best monster.
Best monster. I don't know whether this really counts. Well, no, you answer it first.
I want to tell you an opinion on this.
Okay.
It's not quiz or question, but an opinion that I think the Master. I think he was acted alright at some parts, but I don't think he looked like a good Master.
No.
He just looked really like a cool dude.
Yeah, no, I
that
agree.
Wears specs.
I agree. There was nothing menacing about him, was there?
No.
Not like the old Master. I've forgotten his name now.
Yeah.
What's his name? The actor who played the Master.
Roger Delgado.
Yeah.
And then you get Anthony
Yeah.
Ainley.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's how you always picture the Master, isn't it? And even down to John Sims.
Yeah, John Sims quite good as a master.
But do you think the Master was the best alien, or would it be the witches? I've forgotten what they're called.
Oh, the Sisterhoods.
The Sisterhood.
Of Calm.
Yeah.
I think it has to be them.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you just which episode did they come in originally?
Brain of Morbius.
Right. Okay. So that was a real good one for the old Doctor Who fans, wasn't it? Bringing that one back.
Yeah.
Any other questions that we normally ask? Was that particular section finished?
Out of 10, what do you vote the Doctor overall?
I would suggest that we need. It's a difficult one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, what did you give him out of 10?
I'd give him about a 7.
Yeah,
think.
I'd probably give him 7 as well.
Yeah.
Mainly because we haven't seen enough of him to justify a higher score.
Yeah.
But he's got potential for a 9.
Yeah.
Could be really good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on that section?
No. Next
Okay.
we go on to the reviews, I think.
Okay, so
Okay.
It's your turn for the review this time.
Hi. This review is going to be of the Rings of Akatan.
Okay.
Now, this episode wasn't too bad, but it wasn't too good. I think there was too much singing in it.
Yeah.
The only thing. It was quite exciting at some parts, and I think the best part of the main Series 7 was actually the speech at the end of... That was the best speech, at least, when at the end of the story that the Doctor gives to the god
Yeah. No,
of
that's right.
Akatan.
Yeah.
Yeah. The leaf, we find out a bit more about that, as Daddy Cool reviewed last week the episode Bells of St. John. We saw the leaf in Clara's book, and we found out a bit more about that it was the most important leaf because it was the one how Clara's mum and dad met,
That's right.
Mrs. and Mr. Oswald.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there was some things revealed, but there was still the mystery of Clara that needed to be solved. And there are quite a lot of good things, but also a few bad things.
Music's good.
Yeah. The long song
Yeah.
is the best song in it.
Possibly the best song from the series, actually.
Yeah, the best song from the series. It's really catchy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So what would you give it out of 10? Do we usually rate? I can't remember now. Do we usually rate them out of 10?
Rate them out of 10,
Right, okay.
but I'll just do it anyway.
Yeah.
I think an 8.
8. Okay.
What would you say?
I'd probably say 7.
Okay.
I know I found when I watched it, there was bits I really loved. I loved the beginning of it, and I loved all the aliens in it and everything. I
Yeah.
thought it looked really cool. But like you, I found the idea of the singing was good, but it went on a bit.
Yeah.
It was a bit too much of it, and after a while, you just thought, stop the singing.
I
We want a big
preferred...
fight.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh.
Yeah. God was good.
Yeah.
The God was a cool enemy.
Which one?
The main, not the planet looking one. The
Yeah.
I can't remember. What it looked like.
Grandfather.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
So is it me reviewing the next one next week?
Yeah, you're reviewing Cold War, is it?
Okay. Yeah.
We're trying
that's
to
good.
do them
Yeah.
in order.
Yeah. Okay. I'll review that. I might have to watch it again to remind myself. It seems like a long
You
time
got
ago
it
now.
on what is it called again?
Flickster.
Flickster.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Flickster.
Okay. So that section's finished. What does that bring us to next?
Well, it brings us to So, question.
So, you better remind everyone of the rules of quiz and question.
Well, we get questions from people, and hopefully you can ask us some questions.
Yeah.
We've had some opinions, but we haven't had any questions. I mean, like, we've had some, like, people commenting, but not giving us any questions.
Yeah.
Which, thank you for commenting. And if you commented, that is. And thank you for watching, if you watched this week and last week.
Yeah.
If you watch now, or if you watched last week, or both.
So, I mean, basically what we were looking for is possibly if anyone fancies it, put down some ideas for things that you'd like us to either quiz us with, or if you want some questions where you'd like an opinion.
Yeah, so questions, we give our opinion about a subject, about a question you gave us.
Yeah.
And a quiz is like basically a quiz question where you just give us something that we need to try and answer as a quiz.
Okay, so the first one we've got is it's all about Clara.
Ooh.
And it was how many series do you think that Clara will be in?
Do you think that's a quiz or a question?
I think that's a question.
Question.
Okay, are you going to take this one first?
Okay. I think possibly she might leave at the end of this series.
Do you think so?
Because I know that Peter Capaldi and Jenna Coleman get on filming it.
Yeah.
But the Doctor and Clara, I don't know if they get along in the real series. I don't think they do. As these few last trailers have showed us.
But maybe they will once she gets used to him and gets to know his character. Maybe they will, or maybe it won't really matter too much once the Danny Pink character's there.
What do you think?
I personally think she'll be in it for this series and one more.
Okay, I think she might be in the Christmas special at least.
Yeah.
I like her as a companion. I just don't want to get bored of her as a companion. Yeah.
I think it's probably you'll never see a long-running companion again like Sarah Jane. Not anyone that was been in it for as long as her.
Yeah, or Jamie.
Or Jamie, yeah.
Jamie was in like the whole of one of the Doctors, but I think it might be 2 series.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Another one. What do you think is the scariest Doctor Who episode that you've ever seen? That's a good. That's got to be a question again, I would say.
Yeah. Question.
That's interesting, isn't it? Because if you take it right back to when Doctor Who first started, and there was all this talk about people hiding behind the settee when the Daleks came on and things, and obviously it still manages to scare people today to a certain extent.
I think different episodes scare different people.
Yeah.
I don't really want to tell you what I'm scared of because it will make people laugh, probably.
What do you think, though, in terms of the scariest episode?
There's quite a lot of scary episodes.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's go first with you.
Funny enough, I think actually when I'm not sure I know necessarily the names of the episodes, but I think when you see some of the really old black and white ones with the really early Cybermen, there's something creepier about them than the modern day ones. I think.
I think what you mean. I know. You know the 10th Planet one's quite creepy.
Yeah, that's the sort of period I'm thinking of.
That's the creepiest look.
Yeah.
The creepiest voice for a Cyberman is probably the ones from Tomb of the Cybermen.
Right.
Because they sound really metallic, their voices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Any other thoughts on the scariest episode?
I think if we were going to go for new episodes, I think it has to be the Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead, the ones with Rashta and Arda in.
Yeah, so I can't comment on that because I've not seen that one.
I get scared of Miss Evangelista with the weird face.
Yeah, I can see why. That is quite strange.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sort of.
If you get scared of weird faces, then I wouldn't watch that episode.
See, I get to look at my own face every day, so I don't get scared of weird faces anymore.
Oh, good.
What about if you were to look at, for instance, and this is still linked to that same question, but if you were to look at, say, the original Zygons,
Yeah.
as against the ones from the 50th anniversary,
Yeah.
which ones do you think were scarier?
I think actually the 50th anniversary ones were scarier. I think you can't beat the look of the first Zygons.
Yeah.
But I think, remember that bit when the Zygons transformed into Kate Stewart?
That was scary, wasn't it?
When she, when you discovered she was a Zygon.
Yeah.
When all of her body turned orange.
Yeah.
That was quite creepy.
That was creepy actually, wasn't it, that one? In fact, that was one of the best bits in that particular episode, which actually leads us on. And the reason I mentioned this because it leads us on to the next one, which was, do you think in the next series they will explain what happened properly with the Zygons and Unit?
Oh yeah.
So,
Quiz or question?
Still probably a question.
Question. I've got the answer for this.
Okay.
Now, a few episodes ago, if you watched from the Audacity episodes, which we put on, which most of you wouldn't have seen, I think that we said that so spoiler people, I paused it and forward to about like 10 seconds. Kate Stewart. Oh wait, no, don't forward it. Okay, so everyone has to intense on the spoiler, which everyone. I think it's actually been revealed now.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a spoiler anymore. Don't worry.
Okay.
So Kate Stewart and Osgood are returning from Day of the Doctor, and Para 3 from Kate Stewart.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's spoiled it for me.
I told you 4 weeks ago. Now, now this actually had like we know that Osgood took over.
Yeah. And
Kate Stewart, and they forgot which one was actually Zygon and human. Remember that bit?
Yeah.
So I think in the final episode, I think the Zygons might return as well as the Cybermen.
That's an interesting thought. Yeah.
Because maybe Osgood and Kate Stewart are really Zygons and they're at war with the Cybermen or something. And we find out what happened next.
Yeah, it'd be good if they did bring him back. I think that it was great. So when I was growing up, I remember one of the episodes I remembered more clearly than any others was the Tom Baker Zygon one. So it was really good to see them back in it.
Yeah.
Definitely really good.
Was that the best bit about the anniversary, or was it Tom Baker coming in?
It's Tom Baker coming in was the best bit, but aside from that, it was the Zygons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, another one down here. What was the last episode to feature the Brigadier?
Is that a quiz or a question?
I think that's our first quiz
Of the day.
of the day, yeah.
Quiz! It's our 5th question overall on the show.
I know that I don't know the answer to this one.
Quiz.
So
Quiz.
do you know the answer to this one?
Yeah, now, well, if you're saying, whoever sent that question in, if you're saying about the the Doctor Who episodes, it's Battlefield.
Hmm.
But of course, the Brigadier starred in the Sarah Jane Adventures episode, Enemy of the Bane.
Oh, okay, yeah. So in many ways, that's perhaps we ought to include that one really, because
Yeah.
it's sort of like a Doctor Who spin-off, isn't it?
Yeah. Sarah Jane's from Doctor Who, so we better count that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next one we got down here is whatever happened to K9? I think that's a quiz.
Yeah. Quiz.
It's a bit of a quiz and a bit of a question because we might not know the answer.
Now, there's the only bad thing about this question. There's this button, the quiz / the question button. If you press this button, which I'm afraid we have to press, then all of our letters will explode.
Because they can't cope.
And we'll have to get out our really hard letters. Should I press it, or should I risk pressing it, or press quiz or question?
I think we should just assume it's a quiz. But we'll save that button. We'll use that on another day when we're more brave.
Yeah, but you could only press it once.
Okay.
That's the thing.
But it's up to you. You go with it if you want to.
I'm gonna press it. Oh, that was hard.
Okay.
Ooh, burnt letters. Can you read these letters still?
No, they're burnt.
I've got these. I printed them out 54 times.
Oh, that's all right.
Luckily, we won't be able to press that button ever again.
So, in terms of the K9 one, then, do we know what happened to K9? What was the last we heard of K9?
The last we heard of K9, well, Sarah Jane Adventures. We know that the Doctor took a K9 to Sarah Jane, got exploded in Krillitine I'm getting confused with the Krillitine syndrome. Our episode, remember that?
Yeah.
School reunion. In school reunion, the K9 Mark III dies. K9 Mark IV is given to Sarah Jane.
Right. Yeah.
And he's put in a black hole to keep him safe.
Oh, I see.
He wants to get out, and he was in several episodes of the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yeah. Okay, well, we've got another one down on here.
Oh, could I quickly go to the toilet?
Yep.
Could you entertain the viewers?
I can indeed. Yeah. Well, the next question that we were going to think about was a little bit about the Master, and it was asking the question: do we think that we will get to see the Master again in this next series? And if so, what do we think he's going to look like? Who do we think he's going to be? So, did you hear that question?
No.
Okay, so we'll repeat ourselves.
Sorry.
It was, will we get to see the Master again? And if so, what's he going to look like?
Quiz or question?
That's a question.
Question. Okay, so do they mean what actor?
Well, I guess we can interpret it how we want to.
Yeah.
So first of all,
Last week
see?
we had a question about which would be a good Doctor who hasn't starred in Doctor Who.
True. So perhaps we should answer this similarly.
Yeah.
First of all, then, do we think he'll be in it this series?
It was rumoured that he'd be the major series villain. Coming up to a month's time, it's almost a month's time, on Wednesday it will be the 23rd of July, which means it would be 1 month until the new series.
Okay.
Only 30 days. And that's only a few days' time.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see. And we haven't got any filming leaked pictures of the Master.
No. But I guess if it's not John Sim playing it, and it's someone else, we wouldn't know yet, would we?
We had a bit of news about 2 months ago that it was rumoured that John Sim would be replaced by a Hollywood actor who'd play the Master. But I don't know if that's true. I don't think John Sim will be in it again. I think the Master regenerated at the end of time, probably after it, a bit we didn't see.
Okay.
I don't think he died.
Okay. Well, who do we think would play him really well? What do you
It's
think?
quite hard.
Yeah.
We were thinking that Ben Miller could be a good one, who's going to star in the series, but of course he's going to star as someone else.
Unless, did it say that he was possibly going to be the Sheriff of Nottingham?
Yeah.
But is it the Sheriff of Nottingham, or is it the Master?
Yeah,
Possibly.
it could be the Master. Good idea.
Yeah. Because we've been watching Harry Potter recently, the guy that plays the caretaker guy, he'd be quite good as the Master.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well that's that. Have we got any other quizzes or questions in the box?
Yeah, we've got a few more.
Got a few more, have we?
Can you read the burnt ones?
The burnt ones. It might take me a little bit of time.
No.
So these are harder ones, are they?
No, these are the burnt ones.
Yeah.
I gave you the burnt ones.
You give me the burnt ones. I've got to try and make sense of them.
Okay, read the burnt ones.
Okay.
Read the first burnt one.
The first burnt one
It's from the
is...
explosion.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to read it here. How many bad Time Lords have we come across?
Okay, is that a quiz?
That sounds like a quiz to me.
Quiz! Right. So we've got the Master.
Yeah.
Would you count Rassilon as a bad guy?
Possibly. Sometimes he is. We'll put him down as an in-betweener.
Barusa. Sorry, is that what's that? Is it a tick?
No, it's a fly.
Good.
The Rani.
Rani, yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say Barusa?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
There's. Is there any more? Omega, yeah, of course. Omega.
Yeah.
Got that Omega.
Yeah. That's probably all the ones I can think of. I'm sure there
Yeah.
have been some other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Master's the main one, though.
Yeah.
The Doctor isn't too bad.
Yeah.
But, of course, which other guys do we know?
Yeah,
What
I
other
guess.
Time Lords?
Yeah, that's.
We
I
know
can see what I can
Drax.
think of.
Drax is one of the Time Lords.
Yeah.
Romana.
Yeah.
We've got Andred, who's Leela's. Well, maybe husband.
And actually, anyone that tuned into your Professor Travers adventures may find out about a new one, another one.
And
But we'll keep that as a secret, shall we?
and do you want me to tell you about the death?
No, I think we should keep
No,
that secret.
yeah,
Let's keep that secret.
Keep that secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't watched episode 2, you need to watch it because you find out something about Leela.
Other questions. What else have we got in the burnt pile?
Just pick out the next
Okay,
random
this one. Best and worst regenerations.
Is that a quiz or a question?
That's a question, I'd say.
Question. Why does the voice always come up as question?
Because that's what happens.
Yeah, quiz. Always comes up as that. Question. Question.
So what do you reckon? Best and worst regenerations. Best, first of all.
That's quite hard. I'm gonna say the best one, maybe the 10th Doctor. I think it might be the 10th Doctor. The 5th Doctor's quite good.
Okay, just remind me
The
because I
second
always
Doctor is quite funny.
I always get muddled up with my which Doctor's a which by numbers. So you're thinking the David Tennant one, yeah? So David
Yeah.
Tennant to Matt Smith, yeah?
Yeah.
And by fifth you mean Peter Davidson
Yeah.
to Colin Baker.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And second Doctor to third Doctor, Patrick Troughton to John Pertwee.
Okay, and the worst?
Don't know, really.
Okay.
I mean, the one for the 12th Doctor, 11th, 12th, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, I think was the shortest one.
Yeah.
Even shorter than the third Doctor, Regeneration from Planet to Spiders.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay, my particular favourite is probably, again, it's probably just as a matter of my age and when I was growing up, but was when Tom Baker regenerated into Peter Davidson. That's the first regeneration I'd seen.
Fun.
And of course you had the one with the strange, mysterious character.
The Watcher.
The Watcher, yeah. So yeah, I'd go for that one, I think.
Yeah.
Worst one, I think with the worst one, I'm going to go for possibly the Sylvester McCoy to Paul McGann.
Yeah, he pulled loads of freaky faces.
He did, yeah. So I think that one there.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Well, I think that's all of our quizzes and questions for this week.
There's one more.
There's one more, is there?
It's under this little red button,
Okay.
which says you can only press it once.
Okay. You're gonna press it then?
No, I need. Okay.
Pressing that now.
The Burninator.
The Burninator.
It's randomly in the same place as that button, which you can only press once, which was the one which exploded all the letters
Oh.
that we needed to do for a middle quiz or question.
Well,
Let's press the Burninator. I'll just go under and not press the Burninator. Everything's burnt!
Oh.
Oh.
And luckily we can still just about read it, and it says.
Look, they're even more burnt.
But I can still just about read
But
it.
have you got these
I
two
have, yeah.
quiz or questions?
Two.
Good.
There's two in there, isn't
Yeah,
there?
two.
Okay. Well, the first one says, we saw in the David Tennant period a number of cartoon episodes. Do we think we're likely to see any of those again?
Is that a quiz or a question?
That sounds like a question to me.
Question. Okay. Like Dreamland and Infinite Quest and all
Yeah.
those sort of things. Yeah. I think there might be Peter Capaldi one, maybe.
Do you think so? Because we never got to see any Matt Smith ones, did we?
No, not really. Not as a. We got the adventure games, which showed him as a cartoony Doctor, but
Yeah.
not as like a episode,
Yeah.
which were mini episodes that.
Again, the Paul McGann ones might be quite good, mightn't they?
What, as cartoons?
Yeah.
And Mason Space wanted a cartoon version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and the final question for today, or quiz, depending on which one it is.
Yeah.
Will we ever see the return of the Rani?
Okay, is that a quiz or a question?
I think it's another question.
Question.
Okay. What do you think?
I'm gonna say no, because Kate O'Mara died.
She did.
But we see a return of her in an audio Big Finish story.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it shows it can be done.
Yeah.
So they're saying there that she's regenerated.
Yeah.
I'm not sure she's a strong enough character to really build that much excitement if she comes back. I know a lot of Doctor Who fans say they'd like to see the Rani,
Yeah.
but then they also rate the episodes with the Rani as some of the worst episodes. So
Yeah.
I don't know whether people would be that interested.
I know. She is quite a good bad guy, but she isn't
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
She's quite evil.
Yeah. They could do a lot more with her, I guess, couldn't they?
Yeah, she's been in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
3 episodes, is she?
Yeah.
Okay, I can only think of 2, so...
Dimensions of Time she's in.
yeah. Okay.
I'm not thinking about that.
So that's our quiz and questions for this week, and we'll probably bring some more back next week, I would imagine. But if anyone wants to ask us any, leave some comments underneath this file, perhaps.
But remember, as we said last time, don't tell us if it's a quiz or a question.
'Cause
Please.
we can make up that ourselves, can't we?
Yeah.
We can decide that ourselves.
Next week, we've got our Trial of the War Doctor.
Yeah.
We look at the best moments and baddest moments and best episode. Of course, he's only starred in 1 main episode. But he starred in a guest star.
We've got one more piece for this show as well, which is the what's going on the Mrlewismoon
Oh, yeah.
webpage. So it's a good opportunity for you to plug your website.
We've got the Pumpkin Fridays week 8, I think
Okay.
it was.
What was that then this week?
There was loads of videos. I can't remember what they all were, but we've got Batman March every week now.
Oh,
We put an old classic Batman March adventure on
okay.
one from each Doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, shortly-ish, probably in the next hour or so, for anyone that might be listening now, we've got the final part of Awakening of the Sea Devils.
Written by Daddy Cool. Here.
Hello.
And then it goes on to Locked Out,
Okay.
which hopefully we'll get to do a few more Strong Guy episodes, because we might be able to do some videos on like Tuesday or something.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll
Just some
aim to
short
do
videos.
some short vids. Yeah.
Yeah. Not like a figure adventure or something.
Yeah.
So
And then we'll start thinking about the next episode of Professor Travers' Adventures as well, I'd imagine.
yeah, we're probably going to start writing that soon.
Okay.
Part 4.
Anything else you want to plug about your website this week?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so as we were saying, next week there's going to be Trial of the War Doctor.
Yeah.
Hopefully another quiz or question.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll spend some more things. We've got an episode. We've got a review by Daddy Cool of the Cold War.
Yeah.
We've got some news.
Hopefully, if there is any.
If there is, yeah. There might be new trailers or something.
Yeah.
During another sport match.
Yeah.
Or something. And finally, we've got Weird and Wonderful.
Good.
Another feature.
So that's it for this week.
I hope you've enjoyed watching.
Or listening.
Bye. Wait a minute. I've just noticed something.
Yeah.
Look at this button.
What's that say?
It says, please do not press this button, else this whole room will explode into tiny bits.
Okay.
And humans will too.
We better not press that then.
I'm going to press it.